Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated trading signal as long as you are on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade. We're not your financial advisor. We strongly recommend to learn a little bit about the market and stay on a sim as long as needed before you start using a real money. This is not a place to try. There is a lot of risk. Excuse me. When the market opened today, before we start covering all the auto trades, when the markets opened today, immediately it was a lot of shorts, and all our auto trades they start going short, and some of them there were immediate target hit within seconds. The Nasdaq, we started at 9:30. By 9:50 we were done with the trades, and the same thing happened on the ES. This is the trade, and nailed it immediately. And all those auto trades, which we're gonna reload those auto trades and let them. It was very fast, very early, and the ES 25-second hit it right away. And my favorite chart is the 10-second. It hit it, and now I reload the 10-second again to start taking the trade again, and it hit it in no time. In seconds it was done. Target hit 1000, and all the Nasdaq ES that were closed immediately on the first trade, and we're gonna go ahead and rearm those auto trades and go one more time. And this is the range. Took the trade from 9:30, and immediately before 10 o'clock it was over. So most of the auto trade we had to rearm again and reload and restart again. This is one more, just close position, and it hit 1200. So we are going to I'm rearming all the auto trades one more time to go one more round, because they were all done in seconds. And look, here is the trade, 9:30, after 9:30, and we were done at 1600. All of them on $1,000 profit, and they're all home runs from the first trade. That indicate when the market is moving, it is moving. When the market is not moving, you need to stop auto trading. Even on the scalper, it just also closed. This is a scalping TI7 for NinjaTrader 8, but it's in a scalping mood, and immediately also close at most of them they are around 1400. And this is the beauty about auto trades. When the market is trending, we're gonna rearm everything and let them go for one more round. And the way we do that, you just go ahead and reload it, and now as you see, there is no more trades. This one here will disappear after a bar close, and now is ready to take a trade. So this one here will disappear, this message. I will wait till okay, you see now it disappeared. There is no more trades, and now is ready to go one more round for another $1,000 target. So this is what we do, and on all of them. Also on this one here, you do the same. You just go ahead and reload it, and now we are ready to approach the market one more time. Once you reload it, that's mean you're telling the auto trade to go for one more round, and we're gonna do that one more time to all of them. It's too early. Took the trades in seconds, and we are going, as you see right now, we are rearming the auto trades, all of them close position in seconds. And there we go. This is the first new trade on the ES. We'll cover that. We need to clean, rearm all those auto trades. And let them go for one more round. That was a beautiful trade on NASDAQ. And there we go. Rearm it. And of course, once they start taking the trade, we will be sharing those auto trades with you. The 25-second ES just took that trade and is already broke even. We had a short trade, and now we just rearm it here seconds ago. And the market is this auto trade, the precision auto trade I really like, is kicking ass pretty well. And this is the second round. And on the 10-second also, my favorite chart, and is already in that trade and took one trade out. So within seconds we had 250 close position because the market is turning around. That's fine. And on the ES, the 10-second, the first trade was 162. And we will see if this market wanted to, it's gonna nail it. If this market moving, that auto trade is gonna nail it. There is no turning around. Okay, so on the first trade here is 275. On the first trade here, 250. We will move those auto trades away, and we need to look. This is the most important thing, is to evaluate. It's very important to understand what's going on in the market. Once we can evaluate what the ES doing, we will understand the rest of the market, ES and NASDAQ. We understand where we are in the market, where is the problem in the market when we are auto trading, and how we're gonna approach this market for today. The market did very well the first half an hour from 40 minutes. It did extremely well, hit all the auto trades. That's no big deal. And now we are going on the second round. Now we want to understand, try to evaluate what's going on in the market, and to understand when we are auto trading what we are coming up to. This is a key factor here, and we strongly recommend for you to do that before you start auto trading blindly. And auto trading blindly is not going to pay you off, especially if you're taking this job serious. If you are a hobby man, that's very fine as a hobby. But if you're taking this one here serious, you want to one day trying to earn a living with it, you cannot just earn a living by auto trading. You need to understand what's going on in the market, because there is, we need to understand where is the pressure in the market, evaluation, where is the problem in the market, if the market is stuck between channels. If you don't do that steps, you cannot go any further with trading. If you don't do those steps, your career in the trading will never take off. You can end up complaining, trashing people, trashing auto trades, trashing Ninja Trader. You can change platform, you can change a broker, you can change auto trades, but you're not going to get away with the handicap you have if you don't approach the market and read the market before you start auto trading. You will never succeed in this market, never, because you are the guy is auto trading. You are the guy is managing the auto trade. You don't have an IT people in the other room. It's just in the auto trades for you. Optimization is nothing. This is just giving you an idea what is your stop loss and what is your target on this instrument on a certain time frame. You can do the optimization, can give you most likely where is the best numbers. Optimization does not look in the future. Optimization is not real with the profit factor. If the profit factor is, let's say, 2.5 last month because the market was moving, and now the market, if it's sideways for 1 week, your profit factor is become irrelevant. Optimization is nothing. It's just to give you figuration about your stop loss trailing stuff. I don't care what the rest said. This is what they say is a marketing talk, but in the reality, when we are talking about trading, is a total different approach to the market. So now what we want to do before, I don't want to sit down here and look at auto trades and P&L and wasting your time and my time by looking at P&Ls. What I want to know before I start the auto trade in the morning, if I get up at 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, whatever, I want to know if this market is tradable or should I wait for 15 minutes. Some people, they try to optimize the timing if they need to start at around 9 o'clock or 9:30. And I find it is a bunch of hogwash and wasting time because today the market has spiked at 9:30 and now is dying out on us. Tomorrow on Monday is probably is gonna spike at 10 o'clock. Nobody knows. Optimization cannot look in the future. Optimization can see when the high time it's 9:30, can see there is movement, but in the reality we need to depend on ourselves to evaluate those two charts, and don't go get a blind on me and use a ranker bar. You will never see a guy making a living on a ranker bar. Your institutionals, the ones you are renting out the ES from, and then you have to deliver this ES at the end of the day to the same company, to the same institutional companies where they are moving this market. You are renting this ES from them, you have no inventory. It's like you're renting a car and you have to deliver it at the end of the day. And they are not using ranker bar, they're not using your Ninja Trader. They are using minutes, they are using 30 minutes, they are using 15 minutes, they are using 1 hour, they are using daily charts. Your ranker bar has become irrelevant to the trading. Your ranker bar is a myth. We do have a ranker bar, but you don't see me putting a ranker bar to identify the trend in the market, because ranker bar cannot identify trend in the market. The only ones can identify whether you like it or not, whether you disagree or you agree, it doesn't matter. Ninja Trader, it is, and you take any charts on Ninja Trader, it's in minutes. It's not in ranker bar. Ninja Trader charts are not made for ranker bar. Ninja Trader chart is not made for range. Ninja Trader charts are not made for ranker, range, takes, none of that. So the only time you can identify trend, true trend, reality, not a bunch of hogwash you see, because when you are putting the ranker bar, you can see that you have a performance 5.6, 12. If you are auto trading on a ranker bar, it's going to give you performance. You're going to be making 100,000 next month, and all this is fake because ranker bars move. I don't care what they say. because Renko bar has tails on the candles, which I'll show you. And then those tails, because they need to hide the differential in the market, and those tails sometimes they can go up to 15 ticks. A trained eye can see it. An amateur trader cannot see it. He just thinks looking nice and simple. It's the other way around. So the first things we need to do before we start and diving into the market and start auto trading in the morning, two steps we need to look at. Before we look at the chart, we need to look at the market analyzer based on 1 minute to see this market analyzer is in sequence. If this market is not in sequence, that means you're looking for trouble before you start auto trading. As we see right now, the Nasdaq is going in one direction, the ES is going in another direction, the YM is going in one direction, and the 30-year Treasury bond should be the opposite direction of the ES. It's very normal, because they should not be working together. When the ES is on the sell position, then the 30-year Treasury bond should be on the buy position. Now here is the problem. It's like what happened yesterday. The Nasdaq is not going in sequence with the ES. The ES had a problem at the support area at 41.72, and now he just started breaking that. He just started breaking this one here, heading to the target at 41.64.75. Very fine. So now it is a matter of time. We need to see this Nasdaq going short. And we'd like to see this Nasdaq on the market analyzer based on 1 minute to go in sequence with the same direction as the ES. This is where you can start trading Nasdaq, or you can start auto trading Nasdaq. Now the market is not in sequence. And by the way, here is your 10-second chart. The first trade was, I don't remember. It was a couple hundred. Go back to the video. And now and there we go. This is the second round for the ES. And all of it on seconds. This is the second round on the YM, 24 seconds. It's amazing, this precision auto trade. It is really amazing. And guess what? There is no trades on the Nasdaq. There we go. If we look on this one here, we got 950. We are short on that chart. Our daily target is 1,000. As we see right now, we got 950. We are $50 away to hit our daily target one more time. Here is the question: today is a Friday. It's 10:21. We still short out on 50. Should we keep auto trading? No. No, because now we know this market is not in sequence, and this 10-second is a very sensitive chart, and a nailed 950. We are still shying away $50. Should we keep trading? No, you should not be trading. Call it off. Take your hand, move it to the mouth, go to your computer, to your monitor on the left bottom corner, close your your computer, and call it off for today. That's what we like to see. We don't like to see those traders. They made 1,000 now, and they want to go for another 1,000 and another 1,000 the whole day. It's not going to happen. So even if you go on 3 rounds on the ES, the problem is we don't know if the next trade is going to be a losing trade or a winning trade, because auto trades cannot be only winning trades. There is losing trades. So when we have a 950 and now you're taking a trade, if this trade is not going to go through, you're going to be dropping to 500. Now you're going to take another trade. If the market is not going through, you're going to smoke your profit out. The idea about the auto trade is gonna be winning every single trade. You're wrong. You are very wrong. So when we have a 950, we are shining away $50 to hit our daily target. I don't know if this trade is gonna make it or not. So let's go ahead and look if this trade is gonna make it or not by looking at the 1 minute to understand what's going on with this 1 minute. Is the short over? No, it's not. This trade is taken, but the short is not over. Actually, if we look at the ES at the moment, it's true the ES is going back, but those are a pullback re-entry. There is no long trade. And if we see here, the ES is coming to this resistant area at 41.72 and having a problem crossing the 41.73.25, which indicate that trade is in trouble. Immediately, you can spot it is in trouble. Even if this ES is gonna survive at 41.73.50 and across this number, the re-entry point on the ES is 41.75.75 as a short trade. So this trade is going south. Immediately we can spot it. When we spot a bad trade, you should not keep looking at it. You need to start thinking about billing out of a bad trade, or this is where you need to start protecting your trades, your profit, because you cannot just say, well, I got 950, I can go for one more round and make another 950. Could be your second trade is a banana. It's not going to make 100,000 in 1 month. Then the second month it goes down to $800. Then they get up to 40,000. Then they go down to 20,000. Then they are on 10,000. Then on 110,000. Then another day is 118,000. We have a few of them, which I know some of my colleagues, we've been together for many years. They cannot stop, and those guys, they know the market, they know how to trade, but they cannot stop. And what happened? It ends up in failure, because what they do, they get excited, they overmerge themselves sometimes. They know this trade is gonna go, and all of a sudden the market turn around on them. And all those guys, the ones I know, of course, sometimes they use auto trades. But really, they don't need an auto trade because they know how to trade. And to use an auto trade, you have to use 10 ticks, 15 ticks to stop loss. What they do, they can get away with it on a manual trade with 4 or 5 ticks to stop loss. As an example, how they do that, as you see here, the ES have overwhelming problem on 41.73. They know how to take advantage of it, and the stop loss should be just a couple ticks above that. 3, 4, 5 ticks. If the market turn around to their favor, that's fine. If the market didn't turn around, and then they try to catch it again from here. They know what they're doing, but they are aggressive traders. Aggressive traders, as an example, here's how they do it. You know, and when I used to have time, I used to guide those trades. As you see here, the YM, it is overwhelming short trade right there. So what they do, they put the stop loss right there. They know what they're doing. If this market go to the direction, it's fine. If it's not, then they'll catch it again from here or from here one more time until they get it. And it is a very success trading, actually. But their problem is they overtrade. And when they are overtrading, they get in trouble. Okay, there we go. We have one losing trade on the 10-second. We had 950 from the first trade, the first 2 trades. We had a losing trade, and now we are back to 700. Now, if this auto trade failed to take the next trade, we're gonna go back to 500, and then or 200 or 300, and then it's gonna go back to 700, then drop down to 400. So by increasing your daily target does not mean you're gonna get it. What you are doing, you're trying to make the auto trade taking more trades and going in the circle. You go to 950, you drop to 200, and then you go up to 500, then you drop to 300. And I have seen some traders, when we come in and log in, they have a daily target 10,000. It's not going to happen. Maybe the auto trade is going to go to, I don't care what you want, is what the market is willing to give you. So by putting the stake higher on an auto trade, and let's say you want $2,000, you're not asking much. You want 2,000, and if the market not moving, you're not gonna get it. If you are on 950, and let me phrase it this way: if you are taking an auto trade and taking one or two contract, and you are on a $500 daily target, let's say on a normal day it takes you a couple of three trades to get to the 500. But let's say the same auto trade, the same template, the same time frame, you are raise the stake to the 1,000. If it takes 2-3 trades to get the 500, does not mean 6 trades is gonna get you to the 1,000. No. If you on a couple of 3 trades you nail in 500, on a 1,000 you have to triple the amount, and it could be from 10 to 12 trades. The reason is your auto trade is not gonna go straight and take in a winning trades every single time and hit 1,000, especially middle of the road like now, is going back and forth, is not really trending very well. And you go to the 500, you drop to the 200, then you go up 600, then you drop to 400, then you go up to 700, and then it is a fight between you're gonna end up into the plus or to the minus for today. So by raising the daily target to 1,000 does not mean you are putting a pressure on the auto trade to work harder and triple the amount of trades. The smartest way to do it, to start with one contract on a mini account or on a normal Emini, ES, you go with one contract. Let's say if we have a daily target 300 on one contract, and you now start learning what's going on in the market between 9 and 11, 12 o'clock. Now you start getting to this rhythm between 9 o'clock till 10, 11 o'clock, and now you start being familiar with your auto trade and managing one contract. Extended the target hours. What we do, you add one contract, now you are trading 2 contracts. Let's say if you were trained on $350 based on one contract, now you have a double contracts auto trading from 9 to 11 as an example. You are aware of your auto trade, you are aware of the market, your eyes start getting used to the markets, conditions, movement. Then you start putting 2 contracts, but you stay on the same rhythm. And now we can go on a daily target to $700 based on 2 contracts, but we stay on the same time and the same amount of money and the same amount of time we are using. We don't extend the target, daily target. What we do, we start with one contract, and now we are happy with the 350 a day. We are more comfortable. We know what we are doing. We're not just auto trading, turning on the auto trade, running to the kitchen window, looking at the sky when the dollar is going to drop. We become real, sensing the numbers on the market, understand the condition in the market. We start getting comfortable with 350 a day. Then we double up these contracts, and now we go on 2 contracts with $700 a day. Then when we are comfortable with the 700, we go to the 1,000 a day. And then this is where you start building your bones in it. This is where you start building your knowledge in it. When you are doing one contract. Also, another option, one of the mistakes we see, a trader is auto trading NASDAQ CL down zones. He's all over the place and he only have a couple $1,000. You log in and you see he have a 20 charts and he barely can afford a couple micro account. Staying wasting your time. Try to take two charts and use your energy on those charts. There is one gentleman, he's a very nice guy. I think he's from Morocco. Somewhere around there, I don't know. He was saying yesterday after YouTube, he was telling me he's always nervous in the trade and what he should do. And this is a very good question because this is millions of traders the same because they've been burned. When you are over-merging yourself, you are very nervous. But let's say you're not really, you don't have both feet on the ground with the trading. To get rid of those fears, try to go baby steps and go one micro account on ES Auto Trading and one micro account on NASDAQ, micro by micro. Why? Because when you are trading a micro account, if you screw up, which you will when you are a new, you're gonna get beat up constantly. And it is normal. Every guy come into this business and he don't get, with all the respect, including myself, if he don't get his butt kicked, he's not gonna learn. And it is a part of the process learning when somebody get his ass kicked in the market. And we all got our ass kicked. And I don't believe any trader come in and start honeymooning and taking honey out of the market just because he is in the market and he have a Ninja Trader platform. Everyone got their butt kicked in the market. And that's some people, they have drawback and they start having fears. This is very good because now they start respecting the market. Before, when they come in as a naive trader, he's gonna buy a couple $1,000 auto trade, he's gonna turn it on, he's gonna have a guy give him a company $300,000 to trade, and now he's gonna live happily after honeymooning the rest of his life. When he comes into reality, he's gonna see himself he's only dreamer. So it's not just turning on auto trades. Then he find out he needs to manage the auto trades. He needs to keep his eye on the market condition while his auto trade is trading. So the best solution for those guys, they get scared. I don't care if you have $1,000 in your account or if you have $50,000. It's irrelevant how much money you have. A trading is not how much money you have. A trading is how much you know. If you have $50,000 and you don't know what you're doing, you are potentially in the future trading, you can lose your $50,000 in one day, but you never can gain $50,000 in one day. Never. But you can lose $50,000 in one day in the future trading. So if I have $50,000 or I have $5,000 or $1,000 in the future trading, is irrelevant. I can afford 10 contracts on the DAX, which some of you know me, I like the DAX. In the morning is fast. You can get your day over within a few, 1 hour a day in the morning, and then before the start, the support, the phone calls, the emails start going out of control. So I have a limitation how much luxury free time I have, and that's why I'm forced to be on the DAX. But anyway, If I can afford 10 contracts on the DAX, does not mean I need to trade 10 contracts on the DAX. If I can afford 10 contracts on the DAX, I will trade one contract on the DAX, because one contract is not going to make me sweat. 10 contracts, I need to put a nice pack of diapers next to me, because that can whack my account. So the difference is, if you are not knowledgeable or you have fears when you are trading, to overcome your fears is whether you have an account $50,000 or $5,000 or $1,000. You take one micro account on the ES and a one micro account, one only, on the NASDAQ. If you screw up, you're not going to screw up no more than $50. And that can take the fears away from you, because the amount or the risk you are taking on a micro account, on an ES and a NASDAQ, no matter how much you screw up, you're not going to blow your account. If you lose $5 on a trade with a micro account with an ES, it's not going to make you sweat. But when you have $5,000 as an example, and you're going 4 contracts on the ES, you need a pack of diapers next to you, because it can make you sweat. So for the guys, this is a message to the guys have fears. If you don't have fears, then you're not normal. It is okay to have fears, because now you start respecting the market. But we don't want these fears to prevent us not become a success trader. One of the things is, that's why if you notice lately, I've been picking on the traders. I'm not the nicest person not to look at the P&L, because the P&L can go through your motion. And there is some guys, when you talk to them, they say they've been trading for 10 years. But in the reality, they've been looking at P&L for 10 years, and they were using their energy in the wrong place. So when I'm looking at the P&L, if I have a winning trade here, I try to keep my eye away from the P&L, and I wanted to go back and put the gold and trying to see the technical side in the gold, what I can do on the gold, and where is the limitation on the gold, because I'm trading gold. I try to keep my eye away from that number, because this one here is gonna hit my motion, and it is just a number. Today is 1,000, tomorrow is 10,000, the day after tomorrow is minus. This is try to stay away from this when we are trading, and try to stay on the technical side, and where the probability on that trade is going to be. I have a short, I have a target, do I have a fib line? If there's anything gonna block my trade, should I override the auto trade if I want to, which I hate to say that, the last 15, 20 years, a guy won an auto trade, I never was able to have him click or overwrite an auto trade. I fell on that, I admit it. A guy won an auto trade, I cannot get him to. I tried it, and we tested when we had the trading room. I tested, I tried to, in the trading room, before when we had the trading room, trying to tell him, direct the traders to go short only, long only, or the close position when you see. And I did the test on him, and 90% of the guys auto trade, they don't want to get involved with clicking a button or a break even. They totally want to wash their hands away from it. And then the questions they have, the reason they have is, why I need to click on a button, then why your auto trade cannot figure it out, and that it is totally you will recognize that guy is an illiterate. I mean, the guy is naive with trading. Um, if a guy refusing to get involved in his own trade, in his own money, this guy is a disaster trader no matter what you give him. I prefer to have a guy is scared from trading. I can work it out with him and get him overcome his fears in the market. But the guy is refusing to look at the technical side or overriding the auto trade to close position or maybe move his trading stop or extending the target when it's needed. Not every single trade, but sometimes it's needed. When you see your auto trade taking a wrong direction, why you need to keep looking at it when you see you're gonna blow $500 or 300 or 400? Why you don't take action right away and close this tab is making you bleed with money? I have no respect for a trader when he see he's bleeding and he just keep looking at his stop loss and not taking an action. This is his fault. So when I want to trade the YM, I want to know where is the support resistance, and I want to know if this market going in the same direction or not. So if we want to look at the YM, I want to know if we are on the right direction or we are on the right planet. If we want to go ahead and re-evaluate what we have on the YM, and I'm looking at the technical chart here, when we are looking at the YM, you cannot ignore looking at the ES, because the YM react with the ES immediately. The Nasdaq used to be the same a few years ago, but then Nasdaq become his own personality. But nevertheless, the Nasdaq stops when there is a major area on the ES. Wait on it. So here is the story. We have a trade on the YM. We have the YM is on standby here. Why? Because the ES is on the projection. If the ES, look at this, is waiting, is on a standby, because he is on the fib line, he is on a support line, and the ES is at the support area with the projection here. If the ES break that area, we are going the final destination to the 4163. That means that trade here, that means that trade is able to break this support area, and instead walking away with 1,000, we are walking away with 2,000. If the ES failed to break that area here, you're gonna see your $1,000 melt like an ice cream in front of your eye. And here is a difference between a guy selling potatoes and a trader. You know, when it was 3 seats on the airplane as a flight engineer, and when there is something hit the fan in the airplane, when the captain turn around and tell you abort or keep going, and you gotta make a decision within a split second, here it is the trader has to make decision within a split second. No whining, no crying. You are a man, be a man. Don't sit down and whine like a little baby. Your muscles, our mustache, our beard, our macho man, it does not exist in here. Our manhood does not exist in here. Here it is where decision has to be made. Walk away with 1,000, walk away with 2,000, or walk away with a banana is all up to you. It's not up to the auto trade, it's up to you here. How much you gonna be making on that trade? You have 3 options. So when you hear a guy, how much you think I'll make, Sam, on Monday? I don't know how much you're gonna be making. Maybe lollipop, ice cream. That's all what you're gonna get on Monday. So As we see here, the market has broke that area here. What happened in the translation bread and money? This YM has broke that area here. That means we are on a very nice ride. The second bumper is going to be when we are going to get to the 33,165. This is a decision, again, we have to be making, either make it or break it. Is either close position, run, don't look back, don't turn your neck, don't look back, run as fast as you can, close your computer and run as fast as you can. Take a cold shower, that will help. You know, or but now let's keep tracking on that trade, and I'm gonna bring an ES trade. Here's our favorite chart, the 10-second. We're gonna put this one on the side. So now we have two auto trades we are controlling, and we want to know. I don't want to look at P&L. I want to know where this guy is going, and then I make a decision on the P&L. The 1,000 here on the P&L, on the YM, and the 1,000 here almost on the ES, they can disappear within seconds. Looking at the ice cream is not going to help you. It's going to melt right in front of your eye. Should we eat it? Should we close it? Should we extend it? Should we bang on it? Should we leave it? What we should do here? When we are auto trading here, I'm not asking for a guy to be a brilliant trader. I'm not asking for a guy to have a light bulb on his head. My light bulb on my head is burned out a long time ago. But what I'm saying is, God give us a little brain to see, if you just follow the fibs, and keep your eye on the fibs and all those technical indicators, where's the pullback and re-entries. That's all what I'm asking you. I'm not asking you to create anything or trying to go and learn alpha waves and all this, or ABCs or reversals or all, none of this. What I'm trying to say, trying to go between the fib lines. Now, the markets have force structure, momentum, blah, 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 and all this complication. I don't want you to look at it like this. I want you to just concentrate on your fib line, support, resistance, projection. Simplify the chart. Measure the buyers over the sellers here. You can see it. Now you cannot because of the too much noises here. The sellers over the buyers, all your crappy indicators, MACDs, ATR, they're right here, and then they send a signal right there. The downtrend and the high time frame, it is an instrument, is a pilot instrument. It's gonna guide you to land at night in any airport, and this is what it is. On the corners, there's all kind of instruments here, giving you exactly what is the pressure in the market. Once we understand the pressure in the market and the fib lines, we know our destination on any single trade. In conjunction, when we are looking at this market analyzer, we have a good eye to see what is working in this market, what is not. And as we see now, we are coming to the second bumper, is 33164. Here is the problem. We have one trade, 1,250, and another trade is 1,500. Total is a good weekend with a lot of holy bully on the weekends with this kind of money. Here's the problem right now. We have a double support area. Our system estimated target 4163.75, right on the spot. The market is pulling back. Where is this market is going back to? Is going back to retest the 4168.75. What is going to happen? It's going to close your trades. Now, for an advanced trader, he can see the ES is going back to retest those numbers. Every number has to go back and retest it. Every fib line has to go back and retest it. So when the market goes back right there, retesting those numbers, it's going to cause closing position on your auto trades. and the rest is in your hand. As we see, we had 950 based on 2 trades, 1 and 2. Go back to this video. It's very important. We had 950. We went all the way around. We lost. We made money. We lost. We made money. We made money. Finally, the market was in our favor, and now we nailed 1,587. So here is my question. Is this good? No, it's not. If you go back to this video, I prefer to walk away when we had the first 2 trade, 950, and run. Because we got lucky by a little spike in the market, which saved our butt, honestly. And no, this is not good. Yes, it is 1,500. Yes, it is $600 more than the 950. I totally agree with you. But that is risk. Because if this market did not move, we would have lost the 950. So, to me, the PNL in this condition, the 1,500 is nothing. I would have walked away with the 950. That was something. That was a smart money, 950. The 1,587 is a stupid money. It's a high-risk money. It's a disaster trader money. Because today he got lucky, tomorrow he's going to lose it. So this is where I don't want you to look at PNL. I want you to be smart. I want you to say, I got $700 today, I'm running away. I got $900 today, I'm not sure about this market, I'm bailing out. You are the smart guy. You don't want to sit down and dance with a gorilla all day long. It's going to bite you, you know. So this is my explanation anyway. And if you're not going to listen, you're going to listen to soon or later. One day you'll go back and try to fish those videos trying to learn. When you lose or you blow up your account 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, you will learn. I wish we had somebody come and kick my butt from day one and be hard on me and telling me, like what I'm doing right now. I'm not a guy can give compliments. Not very good at it. Not even with my own children. But I wish somebody kicked my butt from the day one when we started in Europe here with the trading. That would have saved me a lot of money, but also I was an arrogant, and I was thinking, I'm smarter from that idiot. You know, this idiot has been trading for 20 years. I'm much smarter from him. I have diplomas. I speak 4 languages. I'm international guy. I can do it. And then I find out I was nothing. You know, my butt was kicked day and night in the market when we first started, and it was no Emini. It was the big ES. So when I went on my own, and we didn't have all those instruments and all those smart technology with the company, I felt it. And then I had to go back, chasing those guys after 5 years, taking them out in Geneva, putting them in a restaurant. And I told them, tell me everything you said 5 years ago. I had to go there, chasing him, chase the other guys, and say, everything you said 5 years ago, go back, give it to me. And I start taking a note and writing down and start understanding much more. And it was very costly. It was almost cost my marriage as well. So any guy come in and tell me it's an easy trading and he didn't have his butt kicked, I'll say he is full of it. Because we all have experienced nightmare. The things is in here. Once you start getting the rhythm, respecting the market, you start not being aggressive, be a little bit more civilized with it. But again, guys, this is not an ATM machine. You know, it will never be an ATM, never. So now, as we see here, the ES going back to the projection at 41.68. And we were explaining, we survived that fib line. We survived that fib line. We got more money. And now the market projected from the 33.166. And the translation of this is right here, right now. And it is going to close. Here is the things. What optimization has to do with this trade on the YM? You have pinpoint the trailing stop loss. You sit down, spend the whole weekend optimizing, replaying, blah, blah, blah. And you think yourself, you got yourself covered. So on the last trade on the YM, tell me what the optimization did for you. Nothing. Knowledge. Understand why. Now another guy, he said, damn, I could have got more, man. I'm going to go ahead and increase the trailing stop, the target. He's full of, he's still in a denial. Oh, man, the trailing stop is too tight. I should have made it bigger. Yeah, I could have made 2,000 out of it if I did the trailing stop 20 ticks or 30 ticks. No. It was over because of the projection. And here it is. And the system here giving you another signal, buy, is telling you, get the hell out of Dodge. It's right there. It's telling you. You just follow what the chart is telling you, the technical chart. So whether you have a trailing stop 20 ticks or 30 ticks is irrelevant to this trade. It is over. Whether you are using any kind of auto trade with this entry, it was over for a reason. Not because you did the trailing stop wrong or no, it's over. Has nothing to do with an optimization. The market tried to go further, got projected, went back, closed out, finished, done. Live with it. Welcome to trading. Nothing you can do. So knowledge, looking at the charts, it is a key to your success. Not an auto trade. Not me, not going to some guy with a trading room, lose your money. He's not going to help you. It is knowledge what you know and trying to create your own knowledge. You don't need to buy those creepy books and those creepy CDs. They don't, in the reality, they don't work. I have a whole library of it, and they are useless. I put them in the cellar, just collecting dust. I didn't get anything out of those because the condition of the market every day is a different story. You're not going to flip-flop books or a CD if you are in a live trade. You're not. You're going to forget everything. By Monday, you will forget all what it says on the CD. Try to develop your own system. Try to develop, understand, respect, and support resistance. Try to understand the pressure in the market and try to. It is, Zhigorov, it is a life experience. Look, maybe it is only lines in here. We are measuring the sellers and the buyers with 6 different time frames. All your junk indicators you download for free, ATR, volatility, CCI, all this, is there right here, all those 10 indicators. What we have done, we put those 10 indicators in one signal, and it's giving you the direction down. We give you an entry signal, trailing stop, floor and fibs on both of sides. And then the high time frame, because in 2021, you cannot just trade out of one chart. You have to have, it's amazing. In 2021, you don't go for a Renko bar. In 2021, you need to open the 1 minute, the 3 minutes, the 5 minutes, the 15 minutes, the 30 minutes on an ES in order for you to spot direction. And then you go ahead and blindfold yourself with a Renko bar. So stand having 10 minutes and 5 minutes and 15 minutes and 30 minutes charts. We combine all that in one signal called high time frame downtrend. Done. This is a clever what we have done here, a lot of work. We have combined all this high time frame, so a trader has not to go look around for 1 minute and 2 minutes and 3 minutes and 5 minutes and 10 minutes and 15 and 30. Downtrend, high time frame is down, is finished. Looking on the side, the sellers over the buyers with a 6 different time frame inside. Done. All those junk indicators, one signal, sell. Done. On the side, there is a floating Fibs and a signal, another measuring, pullback re-entry, another system telling you where to buy and exit and reverse. Then you have an institutional numbers, and then you have the Fibs. What happened in that chart, you are not just 10 steps away from this other guy sitting with a Renko bar. When you understand your instruments, when your instruments are reliable, you are 100 steps away. Front of this guy is trying to compete with you. He has his money on the table. You have your money on the table. He's not able to take your money away. When you turn on your auto trade, the smarter one, the one has better tools, is going to smoke the other guy. For every winning guy, there is a losing guy. For every winning trade, there is a losing trade somewhere. You cannot go with a Renko bar with a couple lousy indicators, sitting on a red light with a Pinto, and the other guy have a high performance Ferrari, and you think you're going to smoke him out. He's going to keep smoking you day and night. And he's going to pass you and pass 20,000 traders like you, and he's not going to see you. You know. So this is where it is very important to understand what you are doing in the trading. And on the 25 second on the ES is already also close position, and I'm not gonna replay the game on this one here. We did one round, and we did the second round with the beginning of this webinar, and I'm not gonna rewind the auto trades to take one more round because now is 11 o'clock, it's a Friday, and we don't need to keep going in the circle with the trade. So it is done with the trade. You know, guys, I need to break 5 minutes. I'm gonna cut off the microphone, and we'll be right back. Thank you. if we look at the market analyzer, now the market analyzer going in sequence, the sell, sell, sell. The translation was immediately on the auto trade 2280. It was a losing trade on that trade made. He had a losing trade right there, and then break even, and then close at 2280. And the reason the Nasdaq now start making money on any kind of auto trade is now because it's in sequence with the ES and the YM. Once those in sequence, this is where, if you're not knowledgeable about the market, if you are not knowledgeable about the market, you should never try to turn on your auto trade until you see the ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones are on the same direction and the 30-year Treasury bond on the opposite direction. Your chances will cut off to 50%. Don't think because you optimize you're safe. No, you're not. Because this is a myth and it is a wrong message to the traders. Oh, you can optimize the auto trade. What they are doing, they are trying, because they don't know how to trade, they are selling auto trades. They come out at night with an auto trade out of date for 20 years. They want to just show you that, look, here is a DAX made 1,000, here is 2,000, here 3,000, and run. Because they cannot face the problem. Because they cannot even trade a paperback. But the reality is, when you are opening your Ninja Trader in the morning and you see the ES going in the same direction as the Nasdaq YM, the 30-year Treasury bond should be the opposite direction. You cut off 50% of your risk when this market is in sequence. This is very important when you get up in the morning and when you see the ES in one direction, Nasdaq in one direction, YM in different direction, 30-year Treasury bond in one direction. That means you are looking for trouble. You're not going to succeed because you are not trained. You're not trained to build out of problems. You cannot see it. Another things also, if you start at 9:30 or 9 o'clock, and like what happened today, all our auto trades hit, most of them hit the target in less than 30 minutes. All of them, they were closed with the target, most of them. Before I go ahead and right click and let the auto trade to go for one more round, I will look at the market analyzer if this market is tradable. If it's not, I'll stop. I don't need to go another round. If my daily target is 1,000, I have 800, and now the market start getting mixed, I stop. God give us a brain not to jump out of a balcony, and we should not jump out of a balcony because we have common sense to stay away from trouble. The same thing here in the market. When you see trouble, you don't turn on your auto trade. You say, my daily target is 1,000. I made 500. I'm pleased with the 500. I don't like the situation is going. I'm stopping today. If this market is not in sequence and you don't feel good about the market like right now, the ES is stuck between the support area 41.6125 and a resistance 41.6875. No matter what you do right now on the ES, for a new entry on the ES is a disaster. Now, if you are already in the trade, it's a different story. Here, an auto trade is already in a trade. And that is a different story. Should I right click on the ES and let him go one more round on the 10-second right now? No. We did 2 rounds on the ES, the 10-second, and both of them made money. It made over 4,000. If you still have the appetite to auto trade one more round on this auto trade, wait till this market find a direction again. Because if we look at the ES 1 minute, the 1 minute ES, it's not gonna lie, it's not gonna give you wrong direction. And as we see the ES right now at the resistance at 41.6875, support 41.61, is playing in that area here. If we're gonna go ahead and right click on this one here right now, your probability to make money out of that auto trade, which it did 2 times and went 2 times, on the 3rd round right now is gonna fail because the market is jammed in this area here. So by saying I'm auto trading and this is not my problem, it is your problem. It is your problem like anybody else out there trading, manual trading. For a guy is manual trading, have our system, he knows this is a re-entry 4168.50. He can scalp it all day long, take a short here, exit somewhere around there, all day long, until this market find an exit either to the downside or up. Here's the what is happening on the ES. If this market break the 41.61, it's not gonna go farther than 41.57. Here is our situation. It's not gonna go any farther at the moment. If this market broke that area here, we have a potential to go all the way to the 41.80. So what happening right now on the ES, we sitting at the edge. Either we are going to drop, depends on the market movers, not your auto trade, not you, not me. I cannot move the market for you. It's up to those market movers what their next steps. Thank you, sir. So the next step is not up to you, not up to your auto trade. The next step is up to those guys you are renting the ES from. You are borrowing the ES from. If they are going to push it above the 41.68, and if they try to misguide you, they will push it down. When everybody starts, when they are auto trading, most of them from that area, the auto trade start igniting short trade, which absolutely is gonna get rejected from the 41.61.25. If it broke that area, there is a 50-50, is gonna get stuck at 41.57 and then turn around and going all the way up again. So by any kind of auto trade in this area, most of them on the wagon again want to go short. Somewhere around there, most of the auto trades. They know that. Here's the freaking problem. They know that. They know your limitation is 15-20 ticks. They know that. They're not idiots. And then they lower you to the trade, and then you started jumping, getting scared you're gonna miss a trade. For me, I prefer to miss a trade if I'm not sure than to jump on the wagon with the rest of the suicides. I mean, is a suicide trade here. Whether you are auto trading or manual trading, is suicide trade. Would I go short in here? No, over my dead body. In this situation, where I go on this trade, and there is one guy just sent me a question. What I will do when everybody trying to jump on the wagon going short, I will be waiting in here. Look, now the double support starts showing up. You see that? This is a no-go for an ES when you have a double support area. A lot of people that are going to get their fingers burned somewhere around there. It's going to be probably rejected here. If those guys try to push it further down, the max you're going to go to the 41.57. When everybody is trying to hump in on the short trade, I will be waiting here taking a long trade at 41.57.25. Taking it from the bottom all the way to the top to the 41.68. When every beginner trader by now start taking a short trade, I will be waiting. There is two actually trades, but this one here is a high risk trade. If you don't know what you're doing, you can take a trade in here, a buy entry, because this is no go. So now, and this is how they play you. This is how they play with your feeling. And this is where this gentleman said, I'm emotionally a little bit scared. And I understand why, because he fall into those traps. This is a trap. I will not buy it. By now, I mean, this auto trade has been on the same trade for a very long time. I know what's going on, and it broke even at 41.70 right now, the trailing stop. I know the limitation on that trade. It is 41.61, and I know I will be closing those two trades here because this ES is going to come to this area. I'm not sure this ES is going to go farther down, and even if those guys try to push this ES, crossing a big border, crossing a thick wall with a double support, they are going to get stuck in here. They cannot move that. And let's watch this one here in conjunction with that trade here. And we need to understand how they trick you, lower you to get excited. And let's see if this ES able to break this double support. And then if they are able to break those double support, final destination is 1127. It's going to be 4157. When everybody going short, we are going to go long because they fall into this trap. Now watch this ES, gentlemen. I know it's boring to learn all this process, but if you like money, this is not boring for you. Now the ES is coming exactly where we have a plane. Let's watch it. Now what I'm looking for to see in auto trade taking a trade on the ES right now. Hold on. I don't have any. Look where the ES is stopping right now on a double support area. Look at this. Now by now, everyone is on the wagon. Everyone. Every guy using his grandpa tools, by now he is short. Now the problem is sometimes it works. Sometimes he hit 10 ticks, 15 ticks. It works. But what he's doing, he's swimming under sharks. He don't know what the hell he's doing. So if he's a blind and is swimming under, and the sharks swimming under him, and he don't see it, and he made 10, 20 ticks on that trade, does not mean he is a good trader because he's blind and is swimming and nailed it. But the next time he do the same, he's gonna fail, and that's why this guy don't have consistency, and he don't have consistency with the income, whether he is a manual trader or auto trading, one week he make 1,000, another week he lose 1,000, because he is all over the place. So a guy is swimming blind, he don't see. There is sharks under him, and he made 10 ticks in here. Does not mean he's a good trader. No, by luck now we understand. Look at this. I don't need a guy with a light bulb in his head. What's going on right now on the ES? In here, they lowered all those junk traders. They play God on the internet, how smart they are. And they go on a special forum. And here's the problem, as what I said yesterday. The Bitcoin is how much it cost. And we have a bunch of junk people running on the YouTube and making tons of people losing money on the Bitcoin because they are not traders. What happened to the ES? What happened to the ES? What happened to your auto trade? What happened to this brilliant guy playing smart on some kind of forum, playing God? What happened to him? He just got one banana right up to his hands. So he just got whacked with one nice banana right there. And this is exactly how they suck the money out of you, because you're getting excited over nothing. And the market came in, lowered everyone. Every guy with a big mustache and a big muscles and a big body, the toughest guy, the best trader, max he have 25 ticks a stop loss, and they just whacked the hell out of him. Maximum on any given trader internationally is from 10 no matter how big or how heavy or how physical you are, you just got slammed with one banana from those guys. They'll lower you to take a trade. You got scared. You jump in on the wagon, come into the support. Internationally, all the guys, whether you are in China, Honolulu, Los Angeles, New York, all of you, there are between 10, 15 to 25 ticks stop loss. Congratulations, you just got one banana for a weekend to chew on. So that's why I said, gentlemen, I will not take that trade here. It was one high risk trade here, and I will take one trade here. But that does not excite me. So there we go. We didn't even get to the target. The market was so fast. We were done. So here is my question is, was this auto trade, if I went for one more round on that auto trade, would have been made money? No. And it is not the auto trade. It's the guy did not read the market, was not tradable, and he should not go for the third round. Because if I went down and reload this auto trade for one more round to the third round, I would have now have read $1,000. Because this auto trade, most likely because it's 10 seconds, this auto trade would have took a trade right there somewhere. Maybe he broke even. Maybe he will make $100. Maybe he makes $200 and then a break even and a close position. The question is not there. The question, why messing with the fire and put our fingers where it's not supposed to be? Why we should do that? We should walk away for what we are getting. And what we have said, it happened. They know, guys. They can see it. They can see how many short trades. They can see where you are. They can see it. And they are laughing. They are laughing. So the market, not Ninja Trader, no. I'm talking about the market movers. They can see it. Your data here on Ninja Trader is very good data for, normal traders like you and I. But I was on the other side. We have a different way to look at the buyers and the sellers and not the orders, not the fake orders. Because some people, they can put on the dome, they want to buy 10 contracts on the ES to buy time because he have a position. He can do that. And then millisecond before he can disconnect it, and now you start reading wrong. So the things is, and this is where most of the traders, I know some of them they are using. So on our instruments here, we don't want to see the orders. It can be canceled 10 milliseconds before they get filled. What we want to measure, the ones they got filled. And that it is a big difference, measuring how many people going long, how many people going short. And as we see right now, the whole momentum and the confusion in the market, no signal, and now we are turning around on the trades. Simple as that. Now, this auto trade took a long trade. It's an ES. He took the trade, just took that trade at 41.66. Look where he took it, at the fib line, 41.66. Is it a genuine trade? Yeah. Is it a good trade? Yes, it is. Excellent trade. Where is this limitation on that trade? I have $1,300 on that. Where is the limitation? Here it is. $4,174.75. Here is my secret. You remember what I told you guys? I will wait till it goes down here and I will close out the trade here. 4180. That's what I said. I have $1,400. I'm coming to problem at 41.75. We climb into the 41.75. It's your call. It's your call. If we break the 41.75, we are climbing directly to the 41.80. Look where is the target, 4180.25, right there. So now, if you are using the signal, this is a losing trade, by the way. Don't take it. Why is a losing trade? I'll explain to you. I'm going to cover it and close it immediately. It's a losing trade. Why is a losing trade? Why I spot it as a losing trade? Because I'm already explaining to you, we have a problem at 4175. The signal here, the resistance is here. It's no go. If I want to take a manual trade in here, it has to be above the 4175, above. Because there is a possibility for this market not able to break the 4175. Where is going to? It's going down to the 4166. As you see, here is our problem on that auto trade, making 1,300, and he's shining away from the 4174. Whether you are optimizing, banana trading, manual trading, voodoo trading, whatever, it's not going to change the fact the ES has a problem at 4175. No matter what type of a trading, it's not going to change the fact whether you are auto trading or not. Because I hear some people say, well, this is your auto trade job. My auto trade is taking the best entry. But if you don't have the brain to see that, it's not my problem. My auto trade cannot read. This is this is something only human can see it. You cannot manage to tell the auto trade to look ahead, 2 3 bars ahead if there is a support resistance. You cannot you cannot program that, but you have eyes to look at it and see we have a problem in here. The ES is going back. It's a long trade. We're not gonna discuss that. It's gonna pull back somewhere around that area, and it's gonna go back retesting, trying to see to break it. What it is right now, we are up to those guys if they are willing to push this market to break the 41.75. If they are able to break that, the next level, your next problem, your next everything is 41.80. Once we sort out, so the market is in pieces. Once we sort out this piece, we go to the next piece. I don't have to worry about it right now. The market is pulling back. It's gonna go somewhere around here. Now the market is gonna go back and trying to push this market and break the 41.75. If this market able to break the 41.75, we're gonna be on a couple $1,000 trade. If this market not able to break it, if I was you, I will override the auto trade and close position by click a button. Because why? Because I know that auto trade is not gonna make it. If it's not gonna able to break the 41.75, I will walk away with 1,200, better than nothing. So how much I can be making on this template and that chart on Monday? It depends if you are looking at this chart. It depends if you are looking at your technical chart. It depends if you are with it or we are smoking a joint somewhere. You know, so it is up to the driver, it's up to the trader how he is looking at the market. Turning on auto trade, go blind, have the sharks right under your feet. It's not gonna be paying off being a blind. You can have success 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, but you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get bitten by the market, and the market is gonna take your money. If you are not looking the best interest for your money, why should I worry about you? You have to worry about your own money. Nobody else can gonna look after your money like you do. And and in this condition, even if you want to, you can go like this. Now I'm happy. I'm not happy if I make 2,000. I'm not happy if I make 500. I'm not. This is not makes me happy. What it makes me happy, I'm not gonna go in a red. Now I override the auto trade. I'm now, especially to one of our members, he was nervous. So to this trader, when you do that, you're no longer nervous. You're no longer, and don't look at the P&L. Don't. When you do that, if you have this, and he is today on a YouTube, when you have fears in the market, you take any auto trade and you break even. Now this trade is costing you nothing. Nothing. You are on a free flight. If this market go back, knock you out of that trade, let it be. Don't mess with it. Don't look at it. Don't let the devil play with your head. Don't let the devil working on your head Should I exit? Should I? Don't. Leave it alone. Because your eyes sometimes can cheat you. Don't look at the P&L. Either this market gonna make it or not. So now this market is going back to the 1200. It's gonna climb to the 13. It's gonna climb to the 14. Here is the magic thing. I broke even. I'm happy with it. If you are happy with 1000, go ahead, push the button, and run. There's a song like this says, run. Push the button and run as fast as you can. Don't look back. If you think you're gonna make 2000 on this, keep your eye. If this ES able to break the 41.75, you will be on a couple $1,000 on that trade. If this market not able to break this one here, it's gonna go back to the 41.66. You're gonna walk away with nothing. And that, gentlemen, is now. What you wanna do? You wanna take your money off the table? You wanna leave it? You wanna run? Me? I will run with $1,000. I don't care about the other bird on the tree, personally. Some people, they think, no, it's wrong. You should be staying. That's your problem. To me, this is enough for me on the weekend not to be pissed, not to be aggravated. I prefer to walk away on a Friday with $1,000 than $2,000. Because if I'm waiting on the $2,000 and probably will not make it, this market gonna go back to the 41.66. I'm walking away with nothing for this weekend. And then for me it does. It's gonna nag the hell out of me the whole weekend. Why I didn't take this 1,000 and call it off? I could have used this 1,000 somewhere else. So this is your call, folks. It's not the Autotrade call. And now we are looking at this ES as we expected. The market pulled back to this area, what we said. And the market is gonna try one more time probably, breaking that one here. And now we are mentally ready. So now it is, a decision has to be made if we are going to the 41.75 close position or stay on the table for one more shovel. So this is a decision for the trader, either direction. I'm home free. It's not costing me that trade anything, but because it's a Friday, I can use this money on my family, or I can put all of my money and maybe you're gonna make a couple $1,000. I don't know. So I cannot predict for you right now if this market going to the 41.75, able to break it right now. The market has not enough momentum to support that. So the probability right now to this market to break the 41.75 start getting slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. So sitting on idle can tilt both of direction. And now we can see this market start getting heavy to break that area. What I want to do, I want to keep it as is. I'm not going to fuzzle with it. We broke even. Maybe the market is about to ignite one more time. Spike one more time, is going to try to test the 4175 one more time. Or those buyers, they're gonna jump in and push it. Either direction, we are ready mentally to either call it off, break even, walk away with 1,500, or we're gonna be walking with 2,500 or 2,000, whatever. So right now this market, and this is very clever what we have done. If you notice under those bars, there is no stars. When the trend start going to your direction, you can see there is a stars under the bar. Look, if you notice, in here was no stars under the bar, and now there is a stars is calculating for you. It is very clever what we have done. If you notice, when you are in middle of a trade, you don't know what to do. This is stars under the bars. It start telling you the pressure in your tires, if they are good or not. This is start telling you if you are building momentum or not to break this 41.74. And you can see now weakness start coming in, is going back to the 41.69, and then we will toggle that once we get to the 41.69.25. So now the market is sitting left or right, down or up. I don't know. Now it is in the neutral direction, and we are waiting on those guys, what they want to do with it. Not you, not me, not your rules. They care less about your rules. They don't care about my rules. Now we are trying to guess those guys what they are doing to take advantage of it. Not your auto trade, not you, not me. It's up to those guys how they want to move this market. They are not in front of us to read their minds, but we can read what they are doing here. So right now, I am reading what they are doing, what is in their head. If they are trying to break the 41.75, are they able to do it, or they're not able to do it? If there is enough power in there, buying power, able to break that area. If there is not, it's gonna collapse, and the ES is gonna go sideways, and that it is a disaster for just a normal guy been around for just a couple of 3 years as a trader, because he is blind. He thinks he knows. He's blind. He thinks he's smart. He's not. He thinks he can fly. He'll find out he's gonna fall. Because he's blind, he don't see the sharks under his feet. He cannot see. He has no bread on his back. He has no experience. He's been fed by those commercial, and a guy come out at night telling him, my auto trade made 10,000 on the DEX, CL 5,000, and the guy has been fed wrong direction. And then when you tell him you need to look at this, he is in so much denial. Then he says, what's wrong with your auto trade? Because this is not the way he dreamed of it. This is not the way he pictured it. And then when he ignore what you tell him, and he go on an auto trading and he fell, we get the blame for it. This guy is not gonna go on the net and say, Sam told me to learn and I ignored him. No. He's gonna say, Sam made me lose $500 today. He's not gonna say, Sam told me to learn the market for another 2 weeks before I go live, and I ignored Sam. I'm an idiot. He's not gonna say that on the net. He's gonna say, I traded the auto trade on an ES with Sam, and I lost 200, and it's his fault. He's gonna skip the whole other story behind why he lost money. Did he do the optimization? No. We have plenty of those. They just want to know how to turn on the auto trade live and they want to auto trade live. You tell him you don't know anything about trading. Don't you want to learn? Is it free? Is it free? It's not costing you any money. No, no, no. I'm okay. You know, and when a guy you tell him, let me train you for free, and the guy ignore, and if you lose $5,000, $10,000, if you lose his account, I don't feel sorry for him. I don't care. He can blame me. But between me and him, he knows it was his fault. I don't care what he says. And I don't feel sorry. If I tell a guy, you need to purchase my product, and then you need to pay me to teach you, I can see where's the beef in there. But when I chase a guy to come into webinar, when we spend 10, 20 hours on a YouTube in front of everyone, teaching every day what's going on in the market, and he's sitting watching a James Bond movie on a television, ignoring me, it's not my problem. If he doesn't want to learn and he just want to auto trade blindly, he doesn't recognize there is sharks under his feet, that's his problem. The way I raised my children, it was the opposite of my wife. When a kid want to put his hand in the fire, I'll let him. Because if he let him put his finger in the fire and he gets burned, he cry, but he knows better not to do that again. I don't want to protect my kid and tell him this is a fire, don't put your finger in there. I say, okay, you want to put your finger? Go ahead, put your finger. So when a guy is refusing to learn, I'm not going to feel sorry for him. When there is a free education, don't give me money. Give me education. Don't give me fish. Teach me how to learn, eat my own fish, and catch my own fish. Don't give me the fish. And that's why I refuse to someone give me fish. I want to learn how to fish myself and eat my own fish. Thank you. So I don't want a trader just ask for a template on an auto trade and give it to him. I want him to right click and copy the numbers on the auto trade. What is the stop loss? What time frame? I want him to copy it from me because I want him to work with the auto trade. I don't want to hand it over the template. And I heard one guy, he was pissed about it because I don't share templates. On the last webinar, I give away 20, 30 templates to our traders, and I didn't feel good about it. And I felt guilty, and I felt I cheated my customers by just give them the fish. Because I want this customer right to click on the chart, turn on his auto trade and copy the stop loss, the trailing stop, and I want him to understand why he is putting 10 ticks stop loss. I want him to understand why he's putting 30 ticks a trailing stop or 20 ticks trailing stop. I don't want to hand him the template. Somebody wrote on the net because I don't share. I want to share, but I want you to learn because I don't have time to maintain every single template. I don't have time. We have over 10 auto trade. I cannot sit down on my weekend doing templates for you. I want to see my family too. I'm not dreaming about you on the weekend. So I don't want to spend my weekend doing templates for 10 auto trades. I want to teach this trader to learn how to do his own template. I want to teach this trader how to optimize his own template. I want this trader to look at his indicators, trying to fuzzle with the market, what is going on. If you want to go somewhere with this life, with the trading, I don't want to hand over everything for him. I want him to work for it. The same thing with my kids, you want a new telephone? Yeah, go get a job and get your own telephone. I want him to appreciate to get his own telephone, and he needs to earn his own money to get his telephone. I don't want to just give him money to buy a new mobile phone. I'm hurting him. So the same thing we do with our kids. I don't want my traders to just hand over templates for them. I want them to earn this template. I want them to work with that template. You know, the same thing I say to my son. You want this guy want to change mobile phone every other month. Yeah, go get a job and change telephone every week. I don't care. But don't come and ask me for a new mobile phone. You know, bad father, live with it, you know. You know, one day you grow up and you find out I was not a bad father. You know what I'm saying? So right now we are looking at this ES. It's getting heavier and heavier to cross the 41.75. I have $1,000 in here. It is your last call for that trade. Either make it or break it. This is your last call for this ES. If you want to cash your $1,000, or if you still want to sit, but this market is sinking. As simple as that. This market is sinking, is going back to the 41.66. One of the tricks in the future, when you are in a position and this market doesn't go to your direction after 1 minute, the longer you are on that trade, the more is going to be against you. So when we are taking a trade and when you are auto trading and this auto trade is sitting on one trade, is not doing anything, is going a plus minus a couple $100, that means the longer you are on that trade, the more risk you are taking. So for me, this one here is driving me banana. It's driving me crazy. It's gonna make me take a couple headache pills. For me, I will walk away with $1,000 and call it off because I don't want to think about it and depress me or put any stress on me. Because now it is, oh God, it's going $10 down, $10 up. That can give you a headache. That can confuse you. That can give you, don't, you know. You say, you know what, I'm bored with it. I'm closing it. I'm walking away from it. And it is done. Decision was made, nothing to be sorry about. That's how I want to see my traders doing. You know, oh God, man, you know, I can drag it to 2,000, no problem, son. You know, I say, oh God, we are in trouble. I have a guy who want to make 2,000 on it. You know, so right under our eyes, the market is sinking. Your profit is melting like an ice cream right under your eye. One guy gonna recognize to take $1,000 out of the table, and one guy is gonna be slamming with one banana on that trade. And it is the same chart, the same auto trade, and the same template. So how much you will make next week, I don't know. Depends who you are. I'm not gonna stop this YouTube until this trade is over. I'm a bit stubborn and I don't want to mess with this trade. I don't want to mess with it. I'm gonna leave it as is. And I want to see the reality of that trade. What is gonna happen here? Not because of the P&L here. I care less about the P. I am on a free flight. I don't care anymore. I want to see, now it's 12 o'clock. It's way past our time. But I want to know the translation on this technical chart. I want to show every trader what is the translation here has an impact on your portfolio. What is the translation here is going to happen to your trade? By now, no. Here is a support area, 41.70. Here's a resistance area at 41.75. If this market not able to break the 41.75, we're going to collapse to the probably break even. If those workers, those market movers, able to penetrate the 41.75, we are going to the 41.80. Two calls. You can close. If this ES trying to get up to 41.75, you can close position. Call it off. If this market broke the 41.75, this means that trade is going to close on a $3,000. And this is how I want you to, when you are auto trading, try to put your technical indicator. Don't be all over the place, you know. Don't be on NASDAQ, ES, Dow Jones, blah, 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 blah. DAX. Why are you trading DAX? You only have a couple $1,000, you know. CL, done. You know, don't. Stay concentrated on a couple of chart auto trading, two technical charts. Maybe you don't know anything about trading. That's okay. Keep looking at the bar. Don't look here. Don't look here. Don't look at the P&L. Look at the bar. You don't know anything about trading. A day in and a day out you will, by yourself. You don't need to pay schmunk for that. You don't need to be in the trading room. Day after day, you start developing your own trading. Now, here is the story. 1600, we climbed to this area here. ES stopped right at 4175. Right at the tick of 4175. Are they able to break it? If they are able to break it, that trade is climbing to $25,000 to $3,000. If they're not able to break it, I will close that trade and run as fast as I can. So we're going to leave it. Once you start understand how to analyze the market, it's like you're watching a good movie. And it is very interesting. Once you start getting comfortable, you like to see what is the outcome on it, because now you start challenging yourself. If this guy able to break this number, am I able to climb to the 4180? Now become a pleasure trading. You're not scared trading, because you know what's going on in here. You're not blind. And now we are on $2,000, 4180. I'm going to leave it as is. I'm going to leave it as is. Now we are 7650. And to the 80, that will give us a few hundred. Another clever things you can do when you are auto trading. In this cases here, we're not yet out of the wood. There is a good potential go back and retest in the 4175. Every time the ES or any other instrument cross key has to go back and reconfirm. Sometimes the market go back to reconfirm the support area or resistance area. Once this area is confirmed, you can take this needle up and hide below the support area. If this market keep climbing, I will get the 3,000. If the market go back and fell, I secure maximize profit on it. So right now, we are climbing to the 4180, and our target is 4180. Once you start understand this concept in the trading, it become very pleasure. When you wake up in the morning, you're not scared. When you come in the morning, you see what it's doing now is not scaring me, because I know every time we're gonna cross key, some people get scared. Oh God, it's sinking. I better take my profit. No, It's normal. Because if it doesn't do that, that means there is something wrong. It's normal if the ES want to go back and reconfirm the 4175 for me. It's doing me favor. It should not scare me if this ES going back to the 4175 to confirm it for me. If the market go below the 4175, immediately I will hit the emergency button and close everything and get it over with. Either way, I'm not walking away free from that trade. I'm going to grab that trade. I'm going to grab my profit and I'm going to leave this table. So now what the ES is doing is going back, as we said before it happened, we know this ES is going back to confirm the 4175. So now it is his game with our game. We know the game. Is he going to confirm it? What it does, this one is spooking a lot of people. Oh God, I had 2,000, now I only 1,800. Maybe I need to close my trade. You can do that. Look where the ES stopped. Look where the ES stopped. Where it stopped. As exactly what we have said before it happened. 4175. What the ES is doing now is confirming. Should I be scared from it? If I'm scared from it, close position. Look where the ES stopped. I don't need a brilliant trader to see that. Even if it's going to go farther down, where is going to go farther down to? 4173.25. Look where the ES stopped. That made me happy, did not make me scared. Because if the ES confirm the 4175 for me, I'm into a lot of bananas in here. There we go. Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. Folks, that's all what we have for today. We are 12 minutes over our time. I want to say thank you very much. Thank you for all the compliments. And we'll see you on Monday. God bless you all and wish you pleasant